Hey guys, I'm going to try and film this video for like the 7th time. I have been struggling to upload for the last 3 weeks because every time I open my editing program on my laptop it crashes and like my editing is like all gone and I have to start again and then it crashes, and yeah, that's been happening for the last 3 weeks. I even bought a new laptop, purchased the program again, and it still doesn't even work on the new laptop because the footage is too HD, like the quality is too good that I guess the processor in the new laptop can't handle it, and yeah, it just crashes again. So I've switched to my smaller, shitter vlogging camera just so I can get this video up and edited for you guys. Okay, so let's find a spot to sit and we'll get straight into it. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 10 favorite newborn products. Aaliyah is 9 weeks and a few days old today, so I have been definitely using all of these top 10 products the most, and these are what I think have been best for us so far. Hopefully you can take something away from this video today. Okay, everything I mention also will be listed down below so you can check out those links if you're interested in purchasing them. Aaliyah is asleep right now on me and she might squirm a little bit, so you might hear some like odd noises throughout this video. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, so my first favorite product is the Mamaroo bouncer by 4Moms. This bouncer is pretty expensive, but I bought mine secondhand because yeah, just don't buy it brand new, it's really expensive. It's really great because it has 6 different settings on it and you can adjust the speed as well. I put Aaliyah in there all the time now because she hangs out in it for like 20 to 30 minutes, which means I can make some breakfast or tidy up the house. So it's been a lifesaver for us. It's really good because you can click the back of it and adjust it from like a laying position like this to a full sitting position as they get older. Aaliyah still hangs out in the laying position unless she's been vomiting a lot, then I tilt it slightly. But mainly it's always sort of in the flat position because she's still just so little. And eventually we'll work up to the sitting position when she's a bit older. So yeah, definitely get a bouncer or a swing. Number 2 has been a lifesaver as well. This is a portable sound machine. We have a little portable owl sound machine. It's just got some like nature sounds, some lullabies and white noise. We take this when we go out and about and bring it in the car so that as soon as Aaliyah starts fussing, we can just put that white noise machine on and put it on like super like high volume, and then I put it into her carrier and then she normally just falls asleep with that sound. In terms of a white noise machine for bedtime, I didn't actually buy a white noise machine for our room, like other than the portable one that we have. I didn't actually buy like a plug-in one. I just downloaded a vacuum cleaner app on my phone. It's got 3 different vacuums and then you can adjust the volume and put a timer on. It is so good. It's free. I'll link it down below. I don't know if they have it for iPhones because my phone is an Android, but it has been so handy. I never put her to sleep without putting that vacuum cleaner sound on my phone. I just, So yeah, I just put that vacuum cleaner app on and then I put like a 10-hour timer just to make sure it does not stop it all through the night. And then I wedge it in between the mattress in her bassinet, and then yeah, she falls asleep with that and loves it. If it's not on and it's not playing, she will be squirming and then she will just wake up crying. So I always have that on. I highly recommend downloading some sort of white noise app. That means you don't have to go out and purchase a machine. Yeah, and it's free, so look into that. Okay, next up, number 3 is the Haakaa. That is the actual brand name. It is a silicone like cup that collects your milk on the opposite side that you're feeding off. So not every time, but most times when I'm feeding Aaliyah, I will suction it onto my other boob and it just collects the letdown. This is the only way I build up milk storage. I don't use my pump. I have a manual one, which is just a pain because you have to sit there and just like click it like 1,000 times, and it's just makes your arm really like sore. So when I feed her, I just put that on and I can get anywhere from like 50 to 80 mils per feed, and then I just tip it into a milk storage bag, and once I get around 150 to 180 mils of milk, I'll mark the date and the amount and then pop it into the freezer. And yeah, that's how I've been doing my milk supply. I know a lot of people have an electric pump, but they're actually really pricey and I just can't be bothered like suctioning it on and sitting there feeling like a cow. yeah. So I think the actual branded Haakaa is, I don't know why I'm doing that. The branded Haakaa is maybe $25 or $30, but the one that I have is just like a replica one, and it's off eBay, and I think it was like $6 or $7 with free shipping. It took maybe like 2 weeks to get here, but still it's, you know, I know the one that you purchase from Australia will take like 2 to 3 days to come, but I can wait 2 weeks and then have it for $6. So I will list both brands down below, the Haakaa and the replica one that you can get off eBay, but they do the exact same thing. You really don't need the branded version. Okay, number 4, my favorite product is the Advent glow-in-the-dark dummies. This is amazing for when your baby spits the dummy out through the night and then you're like trying to look for it. With these dummies, they glow so bright. You can see exactly where the dummy is. And when you actually try and put it back in your baby's mouth, the glow is so bright you can see your baby's mouth. And whoop, and you don't have to just like, what's it called? Like someone just walked past and she's like, what the fuck? Yeah, you're not like poking your baby's face with the tip of the dummy nipple. So the glow, yeah, makes it easier for you to see your baby's mouth. I can't remember how much they were because my partner bought them. I think it was 2 of them for $20 from Chemist Warehouse. Yeah, so that is the best dummy out of the ones we have. That is the one I use the most. I use it in the daytime and at nighttime, even though I don't need it during the day because I don't need it to glow, but it's just one of my favorite ones to use. So yeah. So next up is a muslin swaddle. This is so good because we don't just use it as a swaddle. I use it as a sun cover over her car capsule when we're going in the car. You can also use it as a nursing cover. You just tie the 2 ends together and then... So you tie the 2 ends together and you put it on like a satchel. Yeah, and it provides some sort of cover for you while you're nursing. I've done this when we've been in a car park and Matt's doing like the grocery shop and I'm feeding her in the car. I just put that cover on so that it's not really like strange if someone walks past and sees me just breastfeeding. It's good because they have multiple uses. So yep, so that is number 5, I think. Yep, that was number 5. Okay, so moving on to number 6. Okay, so number 6 is nipple shields. Sorry, my heater's just turned on, so you might hear some background noise. Okay, so nipple shields are great for like the first 2 weeks of like breastfeeding. If you don't know what you're doing, these things are a lifesaver. Aaliyah sucked on my nipples so hard in the first like, oh, she just farted. In the first 2 weeks, I had like blood blisters on my nipples, so I had to buy these nipple shields to like feed her with, and I just alternated between the nipple shields and then without the nipple shields. And yeah, because you don't want them to get used to sucking on the nipple shield nipple because there's like heaps of holes in it and it lets a lot of milk down. So my midwife told me to just alternate. So one feed, use the nipple shields to help your nipples heal, and then the next feed, just use them, don't use them. Feed without them. And so you just alternate, and that will slowly help your nipples heal until you can like work on a better latch. I don't think they're very pricey either. I'm pretty sure they're like $10 for 2 of them, also from Chemist Warehouse. Yeah, so I can't remember the particular brand that I have. It might be Philips, but my partner bought them for me, so I'll have to double check, but I will link it below. Next up, if you're looking for a really good bathtub, this one is amazing. It is the Moby Skip Hop bathtub. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. It's a little grey bathtub that has a sling in the middle, so you can just rest your baby on the sling and then you can bathe them like with both hands. You don't have to hold them up with one hand and then bathe them with the other, which is super scary when they're first born and really tiny, especially if it's your first baby. That shit is so scary. So that bathtub has been great for me and Matthew. We love using it. We both give her a bath. Like, even though none of us need to support her, we'll still lay her in the swing and then we both can just like play with her while we wash her. It is also really good because the sling is adjustable, so it goes from like a lying hammock to a sitting hammock for when they're a bit older, and then you can just pull the whole hammock out when they're like a toddler and they can sit in this big like bathtub with toys and stuff. So it's really good for, as you know, they get older, you can still use it. Number 9 is a nursing pillow. This is really good for saving your arms when you're like breastfeeding all the time and your baby is heavy. At the start, you know, you have like bad arm strength and your arms will get tired from breastfeeding, but obviously you'll be holding your baby a lot and then you build arm strength. Like I am so strong in my arms now, I can hold her for hours on end. When I used to hold other people's babies before I had my own baby, I could hold them for like 15-20 minutes and I would give them back because my arms would be aching. But now I can hold her forever. And it's funny to see that other people struggle when they hold her and they're just like, how do you do this all the time? But honestly, you work up the arm strength. The nursing pillow. So yeah, it's really good for saving your arms in the first few weeks. I don't use it anymore when I'm nursing. She's just big enough to like sit on my lap and then still reach my boob. I just like lean over a little bit like I am right now. I actually use it in her bassinet. So I fold it up like a donut, like roll it into a donut, and then I place a smaller pillow in the center where the hole is, and then I cover the entire thing with a blanket so it's like a fitted sheet. And this is in her bassinet, and so instead of her sleeping on a hard mattress, she sleeps on like this nice pillowy cloud, and she loves it so much more. She sleeps so much better. Like she was sleeping like 2 hours before when it was on the bassinet mattress, but now she sleeps like 4 or 5 hours on average, and sometimes 6.5 to 7 hours, which is amazing. I love those nights. So that's what I use the nursing pillow for now. That is just a suggestion. You don't have to use it for that. You can just keep using it as a nursing pillow, or even just using it in bed, like to put behind your own back when you're like watching TV and stuff. Like to sit up, it's really, really good. Okay, and my last product, number 10. This is amazing. It is a baby carrier, so you can have the wrap type of carriers or the sling carriers. There's literally like a bunch of different ones. I definitely prefer the ring carriers now, the ring slings, over the wrap. So when she was first born, I was using the wrap carriers and it was hurting my back so much. Like it just holds the weight in a different area compared to the ring sling. The ring sling actually carries the weight more on your shoulder, which is so much better. Girl, you gotta stop farting on camera. She does proper like adult farts. It's so crazy. You just don't think they do adult farts, and then you have a baby and you're like, what the hell? So back to what I was talking about. So the carriers. These are so helpful. When she was a newborn, I would have to put her in the carrier to get anything done, like housework or even just to like eat breakfast or lunch. I would put her in there and she would sleep for like an hour, and it was just so helpful for me. I felt like, you know, it kept me sane having her sleeping in there and I could get some stuff done. Now that she's older, she can hang out in the Mamaroo for like half an hour, which means I can go make some breakfast or tidy up. I don't need to put her in the carrier anymore to like eat, but we definitely use it all the time when we go shopping or we're going out and about out of the house. I've taken her in the pram maybe like twice, and she's screamed like the whole time she was in there when we were out, and it's just really like not great. Everyone looks at you like you're torturing your child. So I started taking the carrier with me, and I put her in there now every time we go like grocery shopping, and she can stay asleep in there for like an hour and a half to 2.5 hours. She loves it. She's like nice and close to my chest, and she can hear my heartbeat and like feel the warmth on my chest, and it just keeps her asleep for ages. So yeah guys, that was my top 10 favorite newborn products. Please don't forget to subscribe. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget all the products will be listed down below if you want to check them out, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Oh god, like the seventh. Number 6 is nipple chip.